All right, this is day 38 of 365 days I have committed to writing a spoken word on something. So today is perception, and I tell it from the sense of a child in a chaotic environment. Sometimes I was realizing today I forget what it is to be a child and how certain situations can be perceived, and that slips my mind a lot. So I had an epiphany today in the sense that I realized that my world is entirely different than everybody else's world. And at the same time, it affects everybody's as well. And so, what am I doing with that time and that energy? Am I giving and adding, or am I taking and subtracting from this environment? And what type of energy am I putting into the worlds around me? And so that is what contributed to today's. So again, it is perception, and here we go. Truth can change in an instant. What I know now and what I know tomorrow can be different. Information changes. For instance, I yelled at my daughter, walked away, and had a realization. I'm mad at her for something I would do in that situation. I walked back in, apologized for the damnation, the embarrassment I felt, the guilt I feel, reaching for the belt. She's a conscious human being, the oppression I could have dealt, the aggression she must have felt, what the world has looked like for my baby girl, the pain caused by intersecting worlds. Such a mystery how this all twirls. It just hit me. Forgive me, baby girl. What it must have been like, the images through those eyes. I remember I went through a similar night. It hurts to remember when I placed you outside. I was angry. I wanted y'all out of my sight. It was dark. I even turned off the porch light. So angry. I wanted y'all to be quiet. Y'all were just babies. I can still hear y'all crying. It was just crazy. I perceived I was trying. The damage exposed to your minds. I could only see the world through my eyes. Neglected those around me each and every time. Intersecting worlds happening at the same time. So, I realized today on what some old timer told me, and earlier this afternoon, about the world, and it changed my perception on it today. I've truly been living in a selfish, self-centered, egotistical world where everything revolved around me. And if it didn't, I manipulated it in some way. And I realized today that, your world is entirely different than my world. And for me to dare to step into that and to steer it in the slightest just doesn't make sense to me anymore. That is your world, and I hope that from this day forward, that I add and not take, that I put forth positive and energy and not negative energy into this world that we all live in. So again, thanks for the support, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and welcome to my journey in my way of changing the world. So until next time, let's change the world.